Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode number 2, race 2 of our F1 2020 My Team career with our team. We're resurrecting Jordan. We're starting Jordan F1 all over again. Yes, I did notice that they were predominantly with Honda, but I've accidentally chose Renault at this point, so if we get any chance to change at any time, we will. But for now, we are stuck with Renault. But like I said, we're resurrecting, we're starting fresh. So it doesn't really matter if we're running with the Renault engine. We're starting all again. We're seeing if we can build them up. But first thing today, we've got to deal with our secondary sponsor, which I'm not sure what we're choosing yet, but I'll figure that out in a moment. Right, I think we're going to go with Zenetto 1872 because it says answer at least 2 interview questions during the race weekend, and when we do it, we get 130k nice and easily. And also, it will give us weekly income of 87k. It's not the highest weekly income, but I believe it's probably the right sponsor to go with. Nice little achievement there. Filled every sponsor slot with sponsors on the car livery. Lovely. Let's have a look how she looks now. Much better with the sponsors on the car. Much better. Feels more like an F1 car now. I think we're going to switch our helmet up, guys. I think we're going to go with a different helmet for a bit. That's our new helmet design for the next few races. Just have a quick look. That'll be our outfit for now. The gloves obviously need to change colour as well. It's close enough. And we don't need to worry about a podium emote yet, because we're going to be nowhere near the podium. But let's go and get ourselves into the race weekend. Here we are, getting ourselves into qualifying for the Bahrain Grand Prix. And one thing you will know with me is I don't always do practice, because I find the more practice you do, you develop your car way too fast. And I would like more of a challenge. So I'll be developing my car at my own pace. There's us with our new helmet, our new overalls, and with the new sponsors on the car. So fingers crossed today we can go out there and do something very productive and get ourselves maybe into Q2 again. But realistically, we understand that last time was down to the weather. But let's go out and do a nice early lap and see whereabouts we are sitting around to start our first flying lap, our first lap around Bahrain on this game. Maybe I should have done a little bit of practice to get used to the car and the game, but I like the challenge element of things, guys. Hence why I didn't. But here we are, onto our flying lap. Let's see if we can nail all the corners. Brake hard. In slow, out fast if you can. Couldn't get much traction there. There's a lot of understeer in this car. You can definitely feel the difference between this car and another car on the grid. Also, I forgot to get myself a setup for this race, so I am driving on default, which is going to affect us big time, which is a really bad amateur mistake from myself. I would normally get a setup, but I completely forgot. Hopefully it doesn't affect us too much. I don't like that corner. I've always struggled with that left into the left hard braking zone on this track. Always struggled. Never. Getting really bad understeer through most of these corners, hence why I took a more narrow line through there. Avoid that curb on the inside because it will spin you out. Nice run onto this back straight. I don't know whereabouts we're going to be sitting because no one else has done a lap yet. This is going to be very interesting to see where our pace is on default setup. But there's Bottas with a lap. We've got the DRS on and we're going to be P5, 1.9 seconds off the lead. So we've had to come out to do another flying lap because we're the car in the danger zone. We don't want to be risking going out. So we're going to come out, do another lap, see if we can just push ourselves a little bit higher up into Q2 and into the safety. Yes, we're not expected to be getting into Q2 this early in the season, but I would like to at least try. I'm just going to sit back and hold my pace back. because I'm not expected to be there. Much slower into that corner, but much quicker out. So that might help us overall. Yes, we are 2 tenths down at the moment. Better through there. I think we're going to improve on this lap if we keep it all together. We need Stroll to get out of our way though. We need Lance Stroll to get out of our way. He's actually affecting us with dirty air at the minute, which is not ideal on a flying lap. We need Stroll to move. Stroll, get out of the way. There we go. He's finally realised we're behind him. Makes us come off the racing line, which onto the dirty part of the track to pass him, which is very helpful. It's almost like he's the car above us and he's trying to do anything to prevent us overtaking him. Much better through there. We're 2 tenths up. Yes, we used a bit extra of the track. You know, more than you really are allowed in real life. But on this game, you can get away with lines like that. Come on. 3 tenths up. 4 tenths up by the time we get to the line, hopefully. We've improved. We're P12. P12. And it was just enough to get us into Q2. As you can see here. 129.1. The elimination time was 129.4. So everybody did improve. But we did just enough to keep ourselves in safety. And Nick's de Vries down here, 130.1. We're a whole second faster than him. So maybe the difficulty might have to go up at some point because we are flying. It's do 1 lap in this quali because I believe that we don't want to risk any more tyres. We want to save some tyres for the race because our tyre wear might be bad. And obviously we're not expected to be in this session anyway. So let's just go out here, do the best lap we can, save the tyres, and that will be absolutely ideal for the race day. Lifted off the throttle there when I shouldn't have done really, but I felt like I was about to lose the car. Brake heavy and turn. And guys, also if I don't reply to your comments or like respond and do something differently after you give me a comment, guys, because I'm recording these a week in advance so that I can actually upload them on the scheduled days, which is Monday, Tuesday and Thursday. So it's the only way I can do it, so I would like to record them in advance. So I've got videos for you guys so you can keep watching, keep up to date with what's going on, and if you mention anything in a video, don't be in the comments, don't be offended if I don't reply straight away or respond to it straight away. It's because these are a week in advance recorded, so I'll take on any advice, but it won't be immediate. Very smooth lap so far, even though I've just been absolutely chatting a lot of crap as I go around this lap. But it's been a decent lap, to be fair. It's felt really smooth. Where are we going to be? We're going to put ourselves into P13, and that is probably where we're going to stay. And that's the end of our qualifying. We are in P13, which I'm very, very happy about. We beat the Alfa Toro, we beat one of the Hasses. We beat both Hasses actually, because one's out, I think. And we beat, both Alfa Romeos as well. Okay, so that's a really, really good qualifying, to be fair. And we also beat our teammate. And we're sitting a lot higher than we expected to be. So let's get into the race day. Fingers crossed we can maintain it and maybe push for 10th place.
The stage is set for another enthralling race here in the Kingdom of Bahrain. A Ferrari stronghold in years gone by, but will they be able to add to their record today? There's no shortage of passing opportunities around the 3.36 miles of the Bahrain International Circuit, with the best at turn 1 of course, and then another soon into turn 4. 15 corners here, 6 to the left and 9 to the right, and we could see 1 or 2 flat spots into the tight left-hander of turn 10. Now, Anthony Davidson, I wonder, might we be in for some early pit stops today from the midfield teams, all trying to put some pressure on or disrupting things for the leaders up front?
If you're in the middle of the pack, you got your own race to run, I don't think they're going to be thinking about causing trouble up front. However, closer to the head of the pack, don't be surprised to see some split strategies. If you're running second and third, for example, bringing one car in for an undercut while leaving the other one out there longer can put a lot of pressure on the leader and maybe force them into an error.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Vettel, Max Verstappen and Albon, Sainz, Norris, Ocon and Daniel Kvyat, Stroll, Buchan, Pierre Gasly and Grosjean, Giovinazzi, Perez, Daniel Ricciardo. They've taken a grid penalty, and Kimi Raikkonen, Magnussen, Russell, De Vries and Nicholas Latifi. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
Very optimistic there from Jeff, but fingers crossed we can. Let's have a look at our strategy. We're going to be going for the one stop because we haven't got the pace to pull off a two. Let's get into this. Five red lights. And away we go for the Bahrain Grand Prix here. Very good start actually. We get alongside Stroll nice and early. Getting in the slipstream of Kvyat. I don't want to use any sort of overtake or rich yet. We're being forced onto the curb. And that's a very, very good start. We're already alongside Carlos Sainz, hoping to get into 9th place. It's a very expert start from us. Nice overtake on Sainz. We're into P9. Next car in front of us is Lando Norris, but I don't see us being able to catch or pass Lando. But let's just get into this race now. Let's just settle in and see what we can do. I've always been decent around Bahrain, other than that corner I struggled with. So I would expect to do okay around here. Understeer again. We got this in quali. Obviously we're getting dirty air from Lando Norris as well, which is not helping things. We've got a heavy tank, full tank of fuel, which has given us a lot more understeer than we previously had. But after a very, very good lap 1, we're sitting in P9, and we'll come back to you when something's about to happen. DRS will be enabled this lap, and we are still within DRS range of Lando Norris. So there is a chance we could make a move on him. But not down that straight. That's a really nice feature to see there. We've seen Lando Norris just lose the back end through that corner. Didn't know the AI could do that. We're getting a lot closer though. I think we'll be able to have a go down the main straight. Stick with us for the next few corners. We're just going to line him up. See how we can make this move. He's in a Renault powered McLaren, we're in a Renault powered Jordan, so same power unit. It's all about run off the final corner, I think. Obviously ours isn't as developed as the McLaren's. We're in the DRS, we're in rich, we're in overtake. This should be a move that we can make here. Getting closer, 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 closer. He's gone defensive. We're going to go around the outside, hopefully. Lando Norris drives us a little bit wide. We're still alongside him. No contact. What an overtake that is. Amazing move from us. We're into P8, and we're hopefully going to be able to pull a gap out on him now. He's still in our DRS zone, but we are pulling the gap away. Lando Norris is starting to line us up, but he can't get the same run off this corner that I do every time, which just keeps us in front of him. Start of this lap, Lando was on the back of us. End of this lap, he's out of DRS. So that's really promising. Couple cars in the pits, Hamilton, and I didn't see who the other one was, but we're up to P5 for a minute. Albon and Bottas in the pits. Up to P3 for now. We've got Kvyat now all over the back of us. Kvyat, whatever you want to call him. I think he's going to pass us here. We're not going to use any sort of overtake or Rich. I'm just going to let him go, I think. We're going to battle him. Not right now. Our tyres are... And as you can see there, from the next couple of corners, our tyres are definitely done. But we got a couple more laps to do on them yet. I think he might be going for the one stop and all, actually, to be fair. Unless he comes in this lap. We're pitting him free. We're coming back at him, sod it. Let's see if we can pass him. We're yet to be following a car this closely. So let's hope that we can actually do it without putting in a wall. Or in the back of the car in front of us. George Russell is out of the session. Here he is, just slowly pulling to the side, I believe, with a mechanical failure of some kind. It doesn't look like an engine blow this time. It's a mechanical failure for George Russell. Pitting at the end of this lap, which is also good because we've got the fast cars that have already pitted, like Lewis Hamilton. Very quickly catching up to the back of our car. So let's just get ourselves out of the way, get back onto our strategy and not worry about him. I'm not even going to use ERS or lean. If he passes me, he passes me. He's not in our race today, he's not in a battle with us. He's going to pass us there, so we're going to let him go because I do not want to get myself into a crash with Lewis Hamilton for no reason at all. There we go. We slowed down just enough. We don't want a penalty. I'd rather come into the pits nice and slow to avoid the chance of a penalty. Jordan Pit Crew have done a good job there. 2.5 seconds, that's good. Kept us in front of Gasly as well. I'll take it, I'll take it. Where are we coming out though? 17th? Come out in P17, which is okay. If everyone else is doing a one stop in front of us, we could be in trouble here. But if they're doing 2 stops like I'm predicting, we could be in for some points today. Because we couldn't have lost this much space and this much places, surely. We couldn't have lost this much time. I'm just going to push and hope that everyone else is pitting still. If not, we've got a lot of work to do. Which I love a good bit of overtaking. That's why I play racing games. I love the overtaking side of things. Just very satisfying when you make a nice overtake. Latifi nearly lost it in front of us there. On that curb that I lost it on a few times. Overtake and Rich. Hopefully pass him before the final corner. Do the cutback. I think he's coming into the pits. Yeah, Latifi was coming into the pits. That is a massive, massive upgrade on like the AI from previous years. They would normally turn in on you. He just slowed down and gave me the space. Kimi Räikkönen's out of the session. He's final corner looking normal, and then oh, it's a gearbox problem. The gearbox malfunction. He's stuck in second gear. Oh no, he's gone down to gear 1. It looks like a gearbox problem for Kimi Räikkönen. But as I was saying, yes, the AI improvement is ridiculous in this game. I had on last year's game, they would turn into you if you're trying to pass them as they're trying to go into the pits because they don't register that you're there. Latifi slowed down to let me through. But it looks like we're in P12 after the pit stops. We lost the position here to Kvyat. Obviously that we lost just before pitting. This is for points positions, I think, in the long run. Because I reckon we'll catch up with cars in front that need to pit yet. It's also for a bit of pride, because I want to beat as many people as possible. Stroll's coming. We're going to go defensive. Bottas is coming out of the pits. Why is Bottas coming out of the pits in front of us? 3 wide. We've clipped the back of Bottas. It says we've hit Stroll, but we did clip the back of Bottas, not Stroll. But that's brilliant. We stay in front of them, though, for now. Bottas will pass us again, because he is in the Mercedes. And there's not a lot we can do about that. But for now, we're into P11. That was a nice bit of racing there. Nice to go 3 wide with the AI. And know that they can actually be capable of doing it without putting you into the barrier and out of the race. Bottas will get us down this straight and we will not defend it too much. Let's get onto the AOS nice and early, onto the Ritz mix. If we can stay in front of him, we will. But I doubt it. We stay in front of him for this straight though. Bit of understeer, late braking as well. As we came around the corner, Valtteri Bottas just clips the back of our car. And it spun him into the back. Did he get any damage though? Or did he just spin? No, he saved it. He got back onto the track after. Passing Carlos Sainz, who's in the pits. We're into P10. Lovely. This car performs a lot better on the hard tyres than it does on the soft. That's for sure. Found that out in Australia as well. It prefers the harder tyre. Stroll's coming at us. You can just see him getting closer and closer as we come down the straight. He's going around the outside. Can we just hold him there? He's going for the outside run into the inside into the second corner. Hasn't worked for him. We stay in front of him for now. He's coming at us again. We're going to go into Rich and overtake. Just to give ourselves a little bit more pace advantage down that straight. And it kept us in front. We can stay there for now. Passing Ocon now, we're into P7. Ocon's in the pits for a second stop. I think there could be a few 2 stoppers in front of us. We've got chance of good points here. We're into P7 already. We're defending from Stroll. We've got Ocon now behind us as well. I don't think we're going to catch Kvyat unless he stops again, but I don't think he will because he's on the hard tyres. So maybe P7, we might be able to better our Australia result. Bit wide into there. Now we're under pressure from Stroll. Going to Rich and overtake to try and defend our position. And he's just gone around the outside of us. Lance Stroll has gone around the outside of us. We're down into P8. There is a chance to snap back at him down the main straight if we can keep close enough. Gone wide. And I don't know if we're going to be able to snap back at him now. Depends what kind of exit we get off this final corner. Not the worst, but it wasn't the best either. DRS, rich mix, overtake. We're going to go for it. We're going to try the lunge if we're close enough. Going for it a little bit later on the brakes and Stroll. And we're back into P7. That's a lovely overtake from us. Back into P7. Stroll's coming at us again. We're in a bit of trouble here. We ran a little bit deep into the first turn. And Stroll's now on the back of us. We can't really keep using Rich either because he's starting to run out. Lost the back end. Little tiny bit of contact there with Stroll. Stay in front. We're building a bit of a train behind us as well. So we're really not going that quick, but we're doing just enough down the straights to keep in front. That's a big train behind us, you know. Starting our final lap of the race. And I've just been doing laps, consistent laps, just to try and maintain our 7th place. We're going to beat our finish in Australia though. We're going to one-up that already. We're going to get a P8 and a P7 in this career. In the first 2 races as the Jordan boss and driver. Which is incredible. Charles Leclerc wins this race. For Ferrari. We're just using up all of our ERS, all of our rich mix at this point. Making sure we drain the battery completely dry. But it's been a very successful race for us again. Which is always nice to have. Just a nice, smooth, successful race. We're going to get another 4 points to add to our tally. We cannot be upset with this. This is an amazing result. We're going to come round the final corner. Not collecting 1 corner cut penalty in the whole race. What an amazing performance. P7 here in Bahrain. To cheer up, driver of the day as well. Come on! What an event. What a race for us. Our first driver of the day.
Ferrari have really
and beating our personal best of 8th place and coming 7th.
So Anthony, what made the difference out there today?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
And here we are, a team that is no stranger to the podium, taking their place on top once again. A sublime race today, and a stunning win for Ferrari.
Ferrari 1-2 with Hamilton in 3rd place.
Anthony Davidson, who do you pick?
I have to give it to Bucket.
Driver of the day, that's amazing.
Incredible pace.
33.1
anyone else
is our best lap.
It's time to check out the
33.5 for Nick de Vries. We just defended
Lead
amazingly
at the top of the
that
table.
position.
Meanwhile, good work from Racing Point this weekend, who pushed themselves.
And that leaves us in the standings.
After an
We're 9th in the standings, joint with Kvyat, Ricciardo.
Be sure to join
Yeah,
us
Kvyat
again
and Ricciardo.
as we continue to bring you the
Constructors' Championships we're in
in
6th
Formula
place.
One.
Above McLaren, above Racing Point, above Alfa Romeo, above Haas and Williams. That's great to be in that position. Nearly the best of the rest, to be fair.
Great work out there today. Let's have your thoughts.
You gained a lot of positions during the race, didn't you?
It was great, the car was sticking to the track.
You really looked in control of your car out there. Your team must be thrilled.
I couldn't do this without a great team behind me. That's already done one of our sponsors as well, answering 2 questions.
Do you have any comments about the collisions?
The wear on the car was making it unpredictable.
Great. Well, that's everything.
Jordan. And answer 2, yeah, 144k, lovely. Wonder if he'll let us add another sponsor to our car at this point now. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you are new around here, please subscribe for more. If you enjoyed this, leave a like. And I've been Chris12 LFC, and I will see you later.